One, the shocking discovery: a billionaire walks into his son's nursery and catches his black maid secretly nursing his baby. What he does next will leave you stunned. In just 20 seconds, dive into a jaw-dropping tale of trust, betrayal, and a life-changing decision that defies all expectations. Will love conquer all, or will scandal tear them apart? Hit play to find out. Imagine this: a sprawling mansion perched on the cliffs of Malibu, overlooking the endless Pacific Ocean, where the sunsets paint the sky in hues of gold and crimson. Inside this fortress of luxury lives Alexander Harrington, a self-made billionaire, whose tech empire revolutionized the world of artificial intelligence. At 42, Alex is the epitome of success: sharp suits, private jets, and a net worth that could buy small countries. But beneath the polished exterior lies a man haunted by loss. His wife, Elena, passed away 2 years ago during childbirth, leaving him with their infant son, little Ethan. Alex pours his heart into his work, but Ethan, he's the light in his otherwise shadowed life. Now, picture the scene that changed everything. It was a stormy evening in late autumn, the kind where rain lashes against floor-to-ceiling windows like angry fists. Alex had cut short a board meeting in Silicon Valley. Driven by an inexplicable urge to be home early, he crept into the nursery, expecting to find his son peacefully asleep under the watchful eye of the nanny cam. But what he saw froze him in his tracks. There, in the dim glow of the nightlight, was Maria Thompson, his 28-year-old maid. Maria, with her warm brown skin, kind eyes the color of rich espresso, and a quiet strength that had always made her stand out among the staff. She wasn't just cleaning or tidying up. No, she was seated in a rocking chair, cradling baby Ethan in her arms, her blouse partially unbuttoned as she nursed him. The infant suckled contentedly, his tiny hands clutching her as if she were his lifeline. Maria hummed a soft lullaby, her voice like a gentle breeze from her Jamaican roots. Oblivious to the world around her, Alex's heart pounded. Rage, confusion, betrayal, emotion swirled like the storm outside. Who was this woman to take such liberties with his child? He had hired her 6 months ago through a reputable agency. References impeccable, background spotless. She was supposed to dust, vacuum, prepare meals. Not this. His mind raced back to the interviews. Maria had mentioned being a single mother, but her own child was back in Jamaica with her family. Did that mean? He stepped forward, the floor creaking under his Italian loafers. Maria's head snapped up, her eyes widening in terror. Ethan stirred, letting out a small cry. "Mr. Harrington," she whispered, her voice trembling as she gently detached the baby and covered herself. I can explain." Alex's voice was low, controlled, but edged with steel. "Explain? You've got 5 minutes before I call security." What happened next would shatter expectations, forge unbreakable bonds, and redefine what family truly means. But let's rewind a bit, because to understand the shock, you need to know the people behind it. Maria Thompson wasn't born into luxury. Raised in a modest village near Kingston, Jamaica, she grew up amidst vibrant markets, reggae rhythms, and the salty scent of the Caribbean Sea. Her mother was a seamstress, her father a fisherman who taught her the value of hard work and resilience. At 18, Maria moved to the United States on a work visa, dreaming of a better life for her family back home. She sent every penny she could to support her ailing mother and her younger siblings. But life threw curveballs. 3 years ago, she fell in love with a charming chef in New York, only to discover his true colors when he abandoned her upon learning she was pregnant. Her daughter, Leila, now 2, lived with Maria's sister in Jamaica while Maria chased the American dream. Jobs came and went: waitressing, cleaning offices, until she landed the position at Harrington Manor. The pay was generous, the hours flexible, and for the first time, she felt a glimmer of stability. Ethan Harrington, on the other hand, was the heir to a fortune he couldn't yet comprehend. Born prematurely after Elena's tragic complications, he was a fighter from day one. Alex had spared no expense on nannies, doctors, and the finest organic formulas. Yet, Ethan was fussy, colicky, rejecting bottles more often than not. The pediatrician chalked it up to grief: baby's sense loss, they said. Alex, drowning in boardrooms and grief, barely noticed the details Maria had noticed, though. On her first day, she heard Ethan's cries echoing through the halls. Instinct kicked in. She wasn't supposed to enter the nursery without permission, but the sound tugged at her maternal heart. Over weeks, she found excuses to check on him: fluffing pillows, dusting shelves. One night, When the nanny called it sick and Alex was away, Ethan's wails pierced the silence. Maria, her own breast aching from unused milk she pumped for Leela, but couldn't always ship it home, made a split-second decision. She nursed him. He quieted instantly, his little body relaxing in contentment. It became a secret routine. Maria told herself it was temporary, harmless. Ethan thrived gaining weight, sleeping better. But secrets have a way of unraveling. Back to that stormy night. Maria stood, Ethan now in his crib, her hands clasped in front of her like a shield. "Sir, please, Ethan." He wouldn't take the bottle. He's been so fussy, and I couldn't bear to hear him cry. "My milk. It's natural, healthy. I meant no harm." Alex paced, his mind a whirlwind. Part of him wanted to fire her on the spot, sue for breach of contract, but another part, the father, who saw his son's peaceful face, hesitated. "How long?" he demanded. 3 months, she admitted, tears welling. "I know it's wrong. I'll leave tonight if you want." He stopped pacing, looking at her not as an employee, but as a person. Her fear was palpable, her sincerity undeniable. "Sit," he said finally, gesturing to the chair. "Tell me everything." As Maria poured out her story, her struggles, her love for children, her desperation to help, Alex listened. For the first time in years, he truly listened to someone outside his echo chamber of executives. The storm raged on, but inside that nursery, a different kind of storm was brewing, one of empathy, understanding, and the seeds of change. Little did they know, this discovery was just the beginning. Alex's reaction, it would shock not just Maria, but the world. As the rain pelted the windows like relentless drumbeats, Alex Harrington sat on the edge of the nursery ottoman, his usual commanding presence softened by the vulnerability of the moment. Maria, still trembling, recounted her life in vivid detail, her Jamaican accent weaving through the words like a melody. She spoke of sun-drenched beaches where she played as a child, of the hurricanes that tested her family's spirit, and of the day she boarded a plane to America, leaving behind everything familiar. "I never meant to overstep, Mr. Harrington," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "But Ethan, he reminds me so much of my Leela. The way he looks at you with those big eyes, full of trust. When he cries, it's like my heart breaks all over again." Alex nodded slowly, absorbing her words. He thought of Eleanor, her laughter, her grace, gone too soon. My wife. She wanted to breastfeed Ethan. It was her dream. But she didn't make it. His voice cracked, a rare show of emotion for a man who built walls higher than his skyscrapers. The conversation stretched into the night. Maria shared recipes from her homeland: jerk chicken that could make your taste buds dance, ackee, and saltfish that warmed the soul. Alex, in turn, opened up about his rise from a garage tinkerer to tech titan. "I created AI that predicts market crashes, but I couldn't predict losing her," he admitted. By dawn, the storm had cleared, leaving a crisp, renewed air. Alex made a decision that surprised even himself. "Maria, don't leave, stay. But we do this, right? I'll have the doctor check Ethan, ensure everything's safe, and tell me more about Leela." Maria's eyes widened. "Sir, call me Alex," he said with a faint smile. "And yes, about your daughter. If you're helping my son, maybe I can help yours." What followed was a whirlwind of revelations. Alex dove into Maria's background with the thoroughness of a corporate audit. He learned she sent 80% of her salary home, living frugally in a tiny apartment downtown. Her visa was expiring soon, complicated by immigration red tape. Leela, back in Jamaica, had health issues: a congenital heart murmur that required surgery. But funds were scarce. Meanwhile, Ethan's pediatrician confirmed the benefits. Maria's milk had boosted his immune system, explaining his sudden health turnaround. "It's like he has a surrogate mother," the doctor said. Alex winced at the term, but it planted a seed. As days turned to weeks, Maria's role evolved. No longer just the maid, she became Ethan's unofficial caregiver. Alex installed a proper pumping station in the guest room, ensuring hygiene and comfort. He even arranged for Maria to video call Leela daily, watching her face light up on the screen. But hidden truths lurked. One evening, while reviewing security footage, a habit from his paranoid business days, Alex stumbled upon older clips. Maria wasn't the only one with secrets. The previous nanny had been negligent, leaving Ethan unattended. Scrolling on her phone during feeds, Maria had stepped in long before he knew. Gratitude swelled in Alex. He began small acts of kindness, a raise, better hours, then bigger, sponsoring Lila's visa to join her mother. Family should be together, he told Maria over dinner one night, a meal she cooked, filled with Caribbean flavors that reminded him of vacations with Elena. Maria hesitated. Why are you doing this, Alex? I'm just a help. Because you've given my son something I couldn't. A mother's touch. He replied, and maybe it's time I learned to give back, yet not always smooth. Whispers spread among the staff. The maid's getting special treatment, they murmured. Alex's business partners raised eyebrows at board meetings. Focus on the merger, not domestic drama, one advised. And Maria, she battled her own doubts. Was this pity, manipulation? Her heart, scarred from past betrayals, guarded itself. Then came the turning point. During a weekend getaway to his private yacht, Alex invited Maria and Ethan along ostensibly for childcare, but really to bond. As waves lapped the hull, Ethan took his first steps, toddling from Maria's arms to Alex's. In that moment, barriers crumbled, but a phone call shattered the peace. Lila's condition worsened. Surgery was urgent, cost astronomical. Alex's response, "We'll handle it." But how far would he go? The answer would stun everyone. The yacht bobbed gently in the azure waters off Catalina Island. But inside Alex Harrington's mind, a tempest raged fiercer than any ocean storm. The call from Jamaica had come like a thunderclap. Lila's heart murmur had escalated into a critical condition. Doctors there lacked the equipment. She needed to be flown to the U.S. for specialized surgery, cost over $100,000, plus travel and recovery. Maria collapsed into a deck chair, sobs racking her body. Ethan, sensing the distress, whimpered in his playpen. Alex knelt beside her, his hand hovering awkwardly before resting on her shoulder. "Maria, look at me. Lila will be okay. I'll make sure of it." Her eyes, red-rimmed, met his. "How? I can't afford this. I've saved everything, but it's not enough. I'll cover it," he said without hesitation. All of it. Flights, surgery, everything. Shock silenced her. "Why, Alex, that's too much. I can't repay you. You already have," he replied softly. "By saving Ethan, by reminding me what matters." Arrangements moved at billionaire speed. Within hours, a private jet was en route to Kingston. Alex's personal physician coordinated with top cardiologists at Cedars-Sinai. Maria flew with him to retrieve Lila, her first time back home in years. Landing in Jamaica was a sensory overload, the humid air thick with frangipani scents. Bustling streets alive with vendors hawking fresh mangoes and patties. Maria's family home was humble, a colorful cottage with a tin roof, chickens scratching in the yard. Lila, a cherubic toddler with curls like her mother's, lit up at the sight of Maria. But her pallor and labored breathing betrayed the urgency. Alex, stepping into this world so far from his own, felt out of place yet determined. He charmed Maria's mother with stories of his tech gadgets, played peekaboo with Lila, and promised the family a future without worry. Back in L.A., surgery day dawned tense. Maria paced the hospital waiting room, Alex by her side, Ethan in a carrier. Hours ticked by. When the surgeon emerged, smiling, "She's stable, procedure successful," relief flooded them. Maria hugged Alex fiercely, tears soaking his shirt. "Thank you," she whispered. "You're a miracle." In the recovery weeks, bonds deepened. Lila and Ethan became inseparable playmates, their giggles filling the mansion. Maria moved into a guest suite, her maid duties lighting the focus on motherhood. But emotions complicated things. Alex found himself drawn to Maria, not just gratitude, but genuine affection. Her resilience, her warmth, echoed Elena's, but in a new, vibrant way. One evening, as they watched the kids play in the garden, he confessed, "Maria, these past months, you've changed me. I think I'm falling for you." She froze. "Alex, I'm your employee, and the world won't understand. A billionaire and his black maid. It's a headline waiting to happen." He took her hand. "Let them talk. What matters is us." Yet, external pressures mounted. Tabloids sniffed a story, paparazzi snapped photos of Maria with Ethan, Alex's ex-business partner, jealous of his success. Leaked rumors, Harrington's secret affair with the help. Social media exploded, some praising the modern fairy tale, others hurling racist vitriol. Maria faced backlash too. Friends warned her, "He's using you." Her family questioned motives. Amid the chaos, Alex proposed a bold move, "Marry me, Maria." Not for show, but for real. Let's build a family. Her heart raced. Acceptance, rejection. The decision would ripple far. The proposal hung in the air like a promise and a peril. Maria stared at the diamond ring Alex held, a simple yet stunning solitaire, chosen for its elegance rather than flash. The garden around them buzzed with evening crickets, the ocean whispering in the distance. Alex, she said finally, this is crazy. We've known each other months, and the world. Forget the world, he urged. Think of the kids Ethan adores. You, Leela needs a father figure, and I need you. Days of soul searching followed. Maria consulted her mother via video. Follow your heart, child, but guard it well. Alex fielded calls from his PR team. This could tank stocks or skyrocket them. They decided to test the waters. A quiet engagement, no fanfare, but secrets in high society are fleeting. When Alex announced it at a charity gala, gasps echoed, to Maria, the woman who saved my son and stole my heart. He toasted. Reactions varied. Supporters cheered the love story. Detractors spewed hate online. Maria endured slurs, gold digger, opportunist. Alex hired security, shielded the family. Trials came thick. Lila's recovery hit snags and infection requiring more hospital time. Ethan, teething, grew clingy. Work pulled Alex away. A hostile takeover bid threatened his company. Maria stepped up, managing the household with grace. She introduced Alex to her culture, teaching him to dance to reggae, cooking family recipes. He, in turn, showed her his world. Helicopter rides over the city, front row at tech conferences. One crisis peaked when Alex's estranged sister, Victoria, arrived unannounced. Bitter from inheritance disputes, she sneered at Maria. Really, brother? The maid, Eleanor, would be appalled. Alex defended fiercely. Eleanor would want me happy. Maria makes me that. Victoria's visit unearthed old wounds, Alex's childhood neglect, his drive for success as escape. Maria listened, offering comfort. You're more than your money. Alex, you're a good man. Triumphs balanced the scales. Lila's full recovery, Ethan's first words, Mama to Maria. The company merger succeeded, stocks soaring. As wedding plans unfolded, a beach ceremony blending Jamaican traditions with California chic love solidified. But a final test loomed, public scrutiny at its height. The wedding day arrived under a canopy of stars. The Malibu cliffs alive with torchlight and steel drum music. Maria walked the aisle in a gown fusing lace and vibrant prints. Lila and Ethan as flower girl and ring bearer. Alex in a tailored tux. Beamed with joy he thought lost forever. Vows exchanged. I promise to cherish you through storms and sunrises. Alex said. Maria replied, I vow to stand by you. Heart open, family first. The kiss sealed it. Guests, a mix of tech moguls, Jamaican relatives, and loyal staff applauded. But the shock came post-honeymoon. Alex announced a foundation, the Harrington Thompson Fund, aiding single mothers and immigrant families. Millions donated, inspired by their story. Maria became its face, speaking at events, empowering others. The world reeled. Headlines: Billionaire weds Maid an epic twist. Racist backlash faded amid waves of support. Podcasts, documentaries celebrating their love. Years later, the family thrived. Ethan and Leela grew as siblings, the mansion echoing with laughter. Alex retired early, focused on philanthropy. Maria, once the maid, now a partner in every sense. Their story, a reminder that love defies labels, kindness changes lives, and sometimes the most shocking reactions are the kindest ones. And that's how a discovery in a nursery led to a legacy of love. What do you think? Heartwarming or unbelievable? Like and subscribe for more stories.